Good morning, everybody. My name is Swanepoel. This is my first year and term at New Cloud, and we had to do a mechanical project. My mechanical project is the auto dog feeder. My motivation came from having 9 dogs at home. It is quite stressful and it's quite repetitive to feed them. The issue is they get extremely competitive to eat, and this will cause them to get obese. So Yuan gave me the idea, why not design an auto dog feeder? Project description. This is my first mechanical project. The feeder uses gears to rotate a cylinder inside the food container that dispenses it into the bowl to feed dogs or other animals. Because this course required mechanical design, only the prototype is mechanical. To make it automatic, it will happen next term. Problem statement. To design and build a mechanically operated dog food dispenser that is easy to use and limits dog obesity and decreases the time feeding them. This feeder will allow dogs to eat on schedule instead of eating constantly. It can also be used to feed the dogs when the owner is not around. How does it work? Well, firstly, food must be placed in the container itself. Make sure that the food container that houses the pallets must be full. Secondly, rotate the crank 180 degrees until the food falls out. Thirdly, crank another 180 degrees until the food is dispensed out. Okay. Research. I've done quite a few research, and I've actually found out that automatic dog feeders is actually good for your dogs. It will make them feel cared for as well as prevent obesity. Because we have 9 dogs, it is also important for the container to be made out of hard metal to prevent it from getting damaged and be safeguarded. Because dogs can play a lot and run around and make things fall and break. It happened with us a lot at home. The mechanism I used, which are the 3 gears and the handle, is quite easy and simple to use. Features. I've added a shield to stop the mechanisms from the inside from jamming. Otherwise, it will prevent the tube from actually rotate. Secondly, I've added dust protectors. This is important, otherwise, when food comes into the container, dust will go into the axis and it will prevent it from moving as well. Hand sketches. This was my first initial idea of my hand sketch of my food container. This is also similar to the ones I have at home. These are my front view of the sketch, side view of the sketch. Manufacturing of parts. Manufacturing of parts. The container, which is the hardboard, which is the outside, we used cutting to make the shape. A PVC pipe is used to house the food. The 3 axes on the side, outside, and as well as the gears and the handle and the M5 nuts, which are modified, are all made in ABS, and manufacturing is 3D. The handle is also hardboard. It's just a bit tight. My bill of materials. The container, as you can see, it's not really that expensive at all. The container, 357 Rand, only one. The tube, 59 Rand. The M5 nuts, for 3, 1 Rand and 4 cents. The axes, which are the plastic parts, are 2 Rand 40. All the gears combined is a total of 7 Rand and 75 cents. The washers, 3 of them, are 4 Rand and 35 cents. The handle, which is the small piece, is 1 Rand and also 4 cents. The hatchet itself is 119 Rand. Handle for hatchet, the top part, 15 Rand. The bushes on the side to keep the axis from not moving around, 1 Rand 3 cents. Total price, 566 Rand and 58 cents. Product structure model. My auto dog feeder consists of the container and the hatch. The hatch has a handle. As you can see, hatch, handle. The container consists of gears that are on axis and is held together with washers and a nut. As you can see, this is my 3D model sketches from SolidWorks. I made them transparent for you to be able to see the tube and the mechanisms. Otherwise, you won't be able to see anything. This is the final result, and this is the real life model. Modifications. There were quite a few complications, so I changed the standard 10M nuts to modified ones. Testing. I have done testing. It does work. There are a few issues, but it will get sorted in the future. Needs adjustments and improvements, of course. Technical difficulties. There wasn't really enough time to get the proper materials. For example, I wanted to make the casing out of steel, so I used hardboard instead. I had to reprint bushes, so sorry for that. The hardboard parts, there was another issue. The hardboard parts, they were cut incorrectly. For example, it was out with 1 millimeter, and this caused me a lot of issues. I had to cut them again with precise accuracy. Technical success. We cut away the hardboard pieces to fit the project design. And new bushes were printed successfully. Future improvements. In the future, I want to automate the handle, because on the outside here, as you can see the space here, there's going to be motors and as well as electronical parts added here inside for the housing, as well as in front. I want to add a camera so that I can see or stream it on my phone to see what the dogs are up to and when to feed them. My time management. I would rate my time management a 7 out of 10. I feel I did do my part. The only issue is I did not follow the pre-described schedule, and this caused me to lag behind some of the work. I was absent for a week, which made the project a bit harder to make. But I did finish everything I wanted to. This is my activity log. As you can see, the majority of the time was spent in SolidWorks program. Manufacturing secondly, my tutorial project, my design project, which is standing right here, BPD, and extra work. The extra work mainly consists of SolidWorks, manufacturing, and design project. The skills I've learned. I've learned how to use the SolidWorks program. It was quite a challenge in the beginning, but it turns out it wasn't actually that bad. Another thing I've learned, which is the most important one, was the importance of time management and the balancing of work. As I said before, I didn't balance out my work correctly. For example, I focused more on manufacturing instead of balancing out to make sure everything stays on the pre-described schedule. Another thing I've learned is the PPD each Monday morning that JC taught us about critical thinking. It has changed the way I interact in every situation and made me wide awake. The lessons I've learned: the time management, as well as follow the pre-described schedule that NuCloud gives you. This is one I had to learn the most on the holiday, or the small weekend, was do not stress. If you stress, you won't be able to focus and do your work. It will stop you from completing your design project. And second to lastly, do not go on smoke breaks if you do not smoke. I do not need secondhand smoking. And lastly, prioritize tasks and keep the end result in mind. To have a completed notebook, presentation, and working model at the end. My work distribution. I did 63% of the work. For example, the research, the designing, as well as finding the parts, and talking to people to get advice. 19% of the work was done by Johan. Johan is my stepdad. He helped me make my design project come to life. 9% of the work was done by Nick, Nick helped me 3D print with the parts as well as give me advice on how to prevent problems. 9% of the work was done by Pioneer Meubels. They did the wood cutting for me. Professional ethics. The dog feeder can prevent pet obesity as well as prevent your pets from going hungry. But most importantly, it's made from environmentally friendly materials. Acknowledgements. I want to thank JC for helping me develop as a person and during our small talks in PPD. I want to thank Nick for helping me in SolidWorks whenever he was busy. I want to thank Wynand for giving me this opportunity. I've learned a lot. Thank you very much. And I also want to thank Johan Dalport, my stepdad, for helping me with my design project. These are the references I used for my research. Demonstration. Inside here, there's already food. As you can see, it folds out. Very simple. Thank you. Any questions?
Kevin, you say this is automatic?
Yes, sorry, I didn't clarify correctly. In the future, the next term, the next, okay, sorry. Volgende kwartaal gaan ons dit outomaties maak. Om vir myself het makliker te maak, het ek net eers die meganiese gedeelte gedoen. Ja, soos die. Dis hoekom ek gesê het, sorry, hier agter. As jy na die reels life size model was, gaan hierso gaan al die komponente hier agterkom.
Okay.
Dan gaan ek seker maar die ratte kan beweeg.
Dan kan jy hom koppel aan 'n tyd, met ander woorde.
O ja, ons gaan nog 'n timer aan sit. Ja. Ons gaan nog alles uitsorteer.
So dan kan jy bepaal met daai timer soveel kilogram of soveel gram op 'n slag.
Yes. Is die
En op 'n sekere tyd.
yes, dit is die end result of die eind design van die ding.
Ek dink dit is dan.
Ja,
Awesome.
eigenlijk.
Maar dankie. Nog enige vraag?
Ik wil eens weten van wat betekent PPD?
PPD.
Ja,
Okay, PPD is soos julle meetings hierso.
oké.
Maar PPD, dit is soos, dis maar net soos 'n paar ure waar JC ons leer hoe om vir onsself te dink. Byvoorbeeld dit critical thinking. As iemand met jou byvoorbeeld praat, dan moet jy, hulle het ons geleer, as iemand met jou praat en dat jy moet mooi luister wat hulle sê, dat hulle nie jou uit kan vang nie. Of ook in jou kop inkom en vir jou iets sê wat soos, byvoorbeeld, hulle sal nou iets sê en jy sê, ja, maar as jy mooi luister, dan moet jy eintlik hulle help, die regte idee in hulle kop. As jy verstaan wat ek sê, soos byvoorbeeld, ek gaan sê nou nie hierdie voorbeeld moet gebruik nie, maar is mos gewoonlik in politics, is daar so baie goeders wat mense sê wat baie controversial is. En dan sal mos die een groepie sê, hierdie is waar, en die ander groepie sê, nee, dis nie waar nie. Sê, wat PPD vir ons geleer het is, luister na dit, en dan moet jy self gaan uitvind, deur research, en seker maak, wat die ou sê, of het waar of vals is. En as hy verkeerd is, om reg help. Ja, dit het ons gehelp om net bietjie meer te dink, anders te dink. Ja, as ons nie dit geleer het, sal nie ver kom in die lewe nie. Nog enige vraag?
Ja, ek dink al was jy merkbaar op die senuwees wat heeltemal verstaan is, jou uitspraak is goed, jy kom wel kalm voor en ek dink jy het alles baie goed verduidelik en oorgedra voor.
Baie dankie.
Jy moes maar 'n slukkie water vat.
Ja nee, my mond voel nou baie droog.
I secret night smoking gaan nou in kom.
Ja.
Ons het nou, hulle is almal nog net in die skole, dis die eerste keer wat hulle doen. Dit is net 10 weke gewees en hulle moes baie vinnige klomp goed leer.
Ja.
Wat sê jy duidelik? Vir op die tek level, ek vraag nog 4 jaar skripsie by Swanepoel. Oor plaas van 10 weke.
Nee, dit was baie goed geweest. Ek dink vir dit wat mens leer het hulle regtig baie goed oorgedra. Al kom en wat ek kan maak is soos rondom ontwerp en so aan, baie keer is dit meer gefokus om bietjie net stil te staan en te verduidelik jou proses, hoekom jy sekere keuses gemaak het. Waarom daar ratte is of waarom die tipe bin, soos jy vinnig getast is, die enetjie wat jy gesien het wat jy by die huis het. Maar dit is goed om as jy 'n produk wil bekendstel is om te weet waarom het ek die keuses gemaak wat my gelei het in die proses wat dit is.
Okay.
En dit is belangrik om daaroor te raak te sê ek het die ratte gekies want dit gaan verseker dat ek nie te veel kos voer nie. Of as ek dit gaan die motor wat beplan is makliker aandrywing gee in die as jy bietjie meer tegnies na die hele proses wil kyk.
Boodskap van jou design notebook.
Reg.
Dis een van die belangrikste goed wat jy moet doen en dat beplanning eintlik baie belangrik is.
En dan 'n bietjie wat probleem is.
Om enigiets te bou.
It's not on there.
Yeah, no, I'm just quickly opening up and then I'm gonna drag. Oh my god, sorry.
Ons gaan nie deur almal se design notebooks nie, want dit gaan te veel tyd was. Dit is net 'n voorbeeld van wat hulle design notebook maak om 'n fullscreen.
Ja.
Also. Okay, skraal net hier op. Die main vraag daar is
Moet ek maar af van tot die 6 toe.
dit is maar net die beplanning van die hele
Hoe om het by mekaar te
ja, om alles by mekaar te sit. Gaan we nog af?
Skraal ons 'n klein bietjie op. Daai is byvoorbeeld daai prentjie wat ek sou gebruik het.
Ja.
Al die ander. Want daai verduidelik presies waarom jy watter keuses gemaak het.
Okay. Ja.
En how it actually works. So dit is want jy verduidelik dit, maar dit is moeilik om die prentjie te sien want alles is gesloot. So daai prentjie gee vir jou okay, cool, die kos gaan daarin en jy dis hoekom jy dit 2 keer 180 grade moet draai om die bakkie uit te kry.
Ja. Okay, ek verstaan, ek sal dit moet doen.
So
En dan top view. Is eintlik maar dit.
Ja, so dit is maar net wat op data moet sien. Okay, Kevin?
Ja, dan gaan we
Dis pretty much klaar.
Dankie.
Baie dankie.